reflections and lessons, continuation of the moments that I've experienced, the memories triggered, and the meaning, of life after these experiences, you know, um, and from my 2 month vacation in the States. And this is Malu Cervantes, my season of life, 60 years and beyond, where we discuss La Dolce Vita, the good life, how we curate a good life for ourselves, via in this season of life. So wherein we age gracefully, age wisely, and age elegantly. So we continue with dolce far niente, because when you're in vacation mode, either you actively, okay, go to places and just run through an itinerary, or go shopping and then get tired and go home. I said that's how I use, that's what I used to do during trips like this. But in the introduction, in the earlier episodes, I told you about the different paradigm. Okay, I'm now looking at things differently, and we continue with that. Okay, the last leg last the sorry the first leg last episode was, life in a cruise ship, because we boarded a cruise ship, MSC Seaside. This is the name of the the name of the vessel, because they have different vessels. MSC stands for Mediterranean Shipping Company, which operates a fleet of cruise ships, no? And I told you how humongous that was, and etc. So we're still there, but the next aspect, this episode 187, this episode 187, we had two excursions. When you're in the cruise ship, you dock and then you go out and look at the place. And the first docking was in Nassau, which is the capital of Bahamas. Bahamas Island is a small, beautiful, sun-kissed, island. And their capital, this is a very historic capital, because you have these old buildings, and we had a tour guide who mentioned something about the British being there and conquering them. Is it the British? Like, I don't know. I will try to recall. I wasn't listening. And there are historical buildings there. But really, what 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 caught my attention, are the things which represent the life there. Okay, small bakeries serving wonderful, okay, tasting what pastries, very small, very quaint. In fact, those are the places I want to go. I don't know about you, but with me, part of the paradigm shift. So I want those little niches, small bakery, family owned, smell of bread. That's what, again, those moments that I treasure. I didn't go shopping at all. I didn't buy anything. I just went there and smelled it and ate, And we visited a very, very old, family owned, manually operated distillery, making rum, the native rum. And Jim, what I think is the brand name. I looked around in most of the wine shops, and I couldn't find that brand. It's only available there. It's very strong, because we had a taste of it. This Jim what that's you know and it's manually operated. And I saw ladies and young men, they're just brewing. So distillery, this native drink, this native rum. I thought, and then you have barrels there. Not really a tourist spot, if you can say that. But I saw how these people, love what they're doing. Very, very simple folks, very proud of their product. Right? So that's my, there's not much stuff to buy, because it's a small place. But our next stop was a private island, which was reclaimed from the sea. MSC, Mediterranean Shipping Company, owns the island because they made the island. They actually reclaimed it from the sea. If you really want to find out, they put in a lot of soil, and now voila, you have an island, and the island houses their crew members. The crew, some most of their crew members are really from the island, so they're also giving them livelihood, and they have their homes there. They have their homes there because they're provided for. And so that's the first real taste of the beach. And that's where I was able to wear my shorts and my t-shirts and what will pass for a bathing suit maybe. But I'm still covered. Okay, very, very calm sea. You have sand, and you sit down, under the sand while your ship is docked over there, across, and you try and swim with the pelicans. The pelicans are actually very friendly to humans. They're not afraid. So you would have here maybe a child with a mom and dad, and you have pelicans around them, and then the kids are playing with the pelicans. They're not afraid. They're not leaving. They're not flying. This is a beautiful scene of animals and people, sharing the same spot. In this case, the beach. They would swoop down and get fish and whatever else they can find in the water, while the people are swimming. Beautiful, isn't it? Those are the moments you don't forget, because I don't know about you, but in most places, when you go near birds because they're pecking on something, they fly because they're scared of humans, right? Okay, and ducks, try to go near them, and then they will just, scamper away. But here, they're there, they're doing their thing. The children playing with them, the adults are allowing their children, to mingle, and it's just one beautiful, peaceful place. Uh, what a wonderful memory of once upon a time, before people start hating each other, and before man starts destroying the habitat of these animals, and before they are hunted for game, to the point of extinction. You know, how beautiful, that kind of earth, had been, and you still have glimpses of this. Okay, and that it reminds me of being kind to animals, and also just enjoying, the would I say friendship, okay, or the company, yeah, enjoying the company of these birds, and sharing the beauty of nature, and also technology, technology, because technology made the island possible. Okay, they were when we left, they are again, what do you call that, reclaiming a part of the sea, and maybe after 3 years, and should we decide, we will have another private island that they have created. Man's creation is beautiful, but nothing can match God's creation of the world, no? Okay, so that's episode 187, and we will continue, and we continue with what? With Jersey. This time, I'd like to focus on family, because Jersey is where our daughter lives with, with her family, And then very, very close by is New York. Oh my goodness. Okay, our experience of winter in New York is something I will never forget, and I will never do it again. Okay, more on that, next episode. Until then, this is Miss Malu. Okay, Cervantes, your fellow sojourner, your life coach, and together we're navigating the autumn of life and sharing our La Dolce Vita. Until then, goodbye.